Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. How's the audio? How's the audio? You gotta let me know, chat. You gotta let me know what's going on with the audio. Ugh. What's going on, boys? Hello, yeah. Hello, Julian Toker. Now, Julian Toker's been around a long time, man. Hello. So, I'll just begin. I need to force myself to do some recording, so I figured I'd live stream myself doing it, because I've got to do it then. But first of all, we're going to play some Horus Heresy Legions, because I got massively into this game again. It's so fun. It's the only game I can trust myself with as well. I have to delete all my other games, because otherwise I'll just mong in front of the screen playing games all day. And that's unacceptable for a man of my advanced years. So this game, though, I can play a few games of this for 10 minutes and then turn it off and walk away. So we're going to play a few games of this. I'm trying out a new deck. Let's see if I can get... My phone's playing up. It feels a bit wobbly around the charger port. I think I've got to go and get myself a new phone or get this repaired, maybe.
It is by our sacrifice that humanity is strengthened.
Yes.
Around me, there is only blood and worthless corpses.
Well, top marks for efforts. The result isn't the best, though. I'd kill off all this voice acting, I would. If they hired me to do this, it'd be amazing. Where's my channel? There we go. Top marks for efforts. The result isn't the best. Please do give the stream a like, boys. I really, really appreciate it. There we go. My amazing voice. Alright. Just going to play a quick couple of games of this, get myself in the zone, and then we're going to do some live recording of the next video. It's about Eldar. I'm going to be doing my version, my interpretation, for fair use purposes, of the Fracture of Baltan, which I've written. And I've got the other one written as well, Rise of the Primarch, so I'll be putting them out shortly. This weekend. Pull that out. I'm going to be doing... The Sabbath Worlds one is going to come out as well soon. I just need to go through there and delete it. I think that's fine, really. So I'll be putting the Sabbath Worlds one out. Basically as is, I think. Soon. I've just got to go through it and get rid of all the GW artwork. And replace it with, like, forests and trenches. Basically. It's my idea. Forests and trenches and that. But how you doing, chat? Yeah, let me see if I can pull this up. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. You've got to charge. There we go. Charge. See, it's like I have to move it around and sort of wiggle it around to put something under it. I feel like the charger port's like wonky inside. It's become unattached properly. Is that working? Yeah, there we go. That's working. I've only got one monitor at the minute, boys, so I can't. Shall I just let him die and then? Yeah, that's better. Look, that's better. I've got to get a new phone, I think. But yeah, in terms of the content, we'll be doing some recording in a moment for a couple of hours. I think basically I want to try and get most of this done today. I've got about half an hour of it recorded as we speak, and yeah, get the rest of that done today, and then get it out this weekend, and then hopefully next weekend or the weekend after will be the Rise of the Primarch one. Then I'm going to do an Imperial Guard, big lore video, and then probably the Sabbath Worlds one. That's probably how it's going to work out. We'll see. Maybe the Sabbath Worlds one will come before then. But, you know, it is what it is. I've switched back to Raldoron. I think he's probably the best Blood Angels captain, commander, character. Let's see. I think we've got him. But yeah, that's how content's looking at the minute. I want to do basically all of those big campaign videos I'm going to be putting out. Some of them are just going to be... we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But September, you're going to have a lot of content. I intend to have a lot of stuff done by September. A lot. But I'm going away on holiday for 3 days next week. I'm taking my kid away to the seaside. We're off to the seaside. Interesting. Oh. Bam. Bam. Raptor 8. I got you. I got you. If anyone would like to challenge me at this game, feel free to. Someone used my link, and I got 100 free gold the other day. Yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I forget. Yeah, what time is it now? 4:45. So I'll start work in a minute. It's a bit better.
It is by our sacrifice that humanity is strengthened.
No brother left behind, no traitor unscarred.
We'll get cracking in a minute. The camera is where it is, because I'm going to just turn it round in a minute, and you can watch me, what you say, genuflecting. As I record. But this next one's probably going to be about 4 hours long, so I've only got about half an hour recorded. I'd like to get about an hour and a half done today, and then finish it off tomorrow. I'm hoping. But we'll see. I'm in the mood for it today to just go on all day. I've got the time. Beware of stream snipers. I don't know. It doesn't really matter with a card game. It is what it is, isn't it? I haven't really got much I can do here. I've got nothing I can do here. There we go. Ba, 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 ba. If you stream sniping a card game, if you stream sniping any game, it's pretty lame, you know? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What's the point in playing the game if you're going to do stuff like that? What's the point? What's he do? Okay. It's not a very good card. Alax, more Dathan squad. That's better. Good on you. Okay. Marvel Snap all the time. What's Marvel Snap? Is that a card game? God, you imagine the mentality of someone who has to do that. Like, what are you doing? What's the point in that? What's the point in cheating? I can see arguments to cheat in different things, you know, depending on what you're doing with your life and depending on what's involved. But like, why would you bother? Like, what's the point? That's so stupid. Like, why would you bother? Man. Why would you bother? The stakes aren't high enough to go through the effort. And it's not fun, is it? I don't know. There we go. He's going to pop off. He's going to pop that off. Kill all my guys. Cool. What you got? It's a weird time to stream, isn't it, I guess? Oh, come on, man. Come on. Weren't expecting that, were ya? They're really good cards. This what do you call it? Shattered Legions faction. I really like them. They're a real pain to fight. So I think I've lost this because I haven't whittled him down enough already. But they've just got like such a good mix of cards from all the different factions. It's quite disturbing. Ah, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. Okay. Here we go. Oh, no! Well, Servicide, thank you very much for the kind words, sir. I really appreciate that. Like I say, everything is still available. On multiple places it's available. The best place to go is probably to the podcast feed. And the best place to get that is either on Apple or on Podbean directly. So, yeah, those places are the best place to go. Some of it's over on Spotify. But I don't know if all of it's on there. People have told me it isn't. I haven't had time to look yet. There we go. Okie dokie. Spang. Might get lucky here, boys. I don't know how I've done it, but this is pretty strong. Nice. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, we might have to do something cheeky here. Okay. Let's see, we might get away with this. I don't know what he can pull out of the bag here, really. I think I've won. Hung Daddy 92. Hung Daddy 92. It wasn't enough today, was it? Being hung didn't do you very good today, did it? Ah. A desperate ploy. But will it be enough? No. No, it will not be enough.
Get the wounded and dead to the apothecarian.
Off you go, Hung Daddy. With your tail between your legs. There we go. Boom. Yeah, I got a nice little reward here. Got here. I've got this event to play, but I can't be bothered. All right. So, let me just test this works. Otherwise, I've got to turn it on and turn it off again. Because sometimes it picks up the wrong audio. Lest they lead to the warp's horrors. Let's have a testing. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Horrors. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, give me a second, boys. Give me a second. There we go. I've got it leaning on a lamp. Oh, hang on. That won't work. There we go. Woo! Vladimir, I got a strike on a couple of videos all at once. There's about 5 of them in one strike. It appears to be... I don't know anything. All I know is what was on the strike. And it was images. GW images. And there's not much you can do about that. So I was worried I'd get other strikes because there was a possibility of that in other videos. So I had to take everything down because you can't just private things. The company and the way they would have done it is basically like an AI agent that goes around scanning data, looking for whatever they've been assigned to look for. So if they were going after those images, it looks like they've been given a sort of catalogue of GW images. And yeah, I just had to take them down because I couldn't risk the channel. Yeah. So that was it, basically. That's it. All right. Give me a moment. I'll put some music on. I'm just going to go and have a drink and stuff. And then we will get going. Well, give me a moment, and I'll be right back, and then we'll get going with the recording, and you can watch the magic happen. You can watch the magic happen. How's that look, anyway? How's that look? You can see the boobs, yeah? Cool. Okay. We'll get started in a moment. One like this. What does it look like? Yeah, I know I'm fat. Alright, leave me alone. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, Mr. House Party. Vladimir, thank you, man. I really love those stories. They might be coming back. I've got to see how things work out, okay? Some stuff might come back. I don't know. We'll see how things work out. I've got a plan of action at the minute. And, you know, we push forward. We push forward. Thank you, Tim. All right, boys. Let's get the old script up. I'm dead high tech. I copied and pasted it into an email and sent it to myself because the reception up here, I'm in my back garden, isn't great, and I've got no SIM card in my iPad, so I have to use the Wi-Fi. But obviously, it doesn't reach up here. So that's a little bit. That's a bit of the what do they say? What do the Americans say? Inside baseball. It's a bit of the inside baseball for you. So I've got it loaded up on an email. Because if you do a Word document, it tries to reload it all the time because of this cloud nonsense. So I sent it myself in an email, and the email works just fine. Is it evening? Is it evening, Tim? Are you down under? I guess it's 5 o'clock. It is evening. It's 5 o'clock for me. I wouldn't say that's the evening. Lest they lead to the warp's horrors. So any background sounds, what I will say is I have to stop here occasionally when an aeroplane goes over the top, because I'm in this like office shed thing I bought, which was extortionate, but there we go. Unfortunately, I could edit it out, but I'm always concerned it's a bit too strong, and I might not catch it because I don't go through the audio completely as I'm doing it when I'm editing it. I just go through bits to make sure it sounds okay, generally. I'm an experienced guy, right? I know what I'm doing. But aeroplane sounds, and I live fairly close to a sort of main road, which isn't really busy at all most of the time. But occasionally, like on Sundays especially, you get, because I'm quite close to the countryside, you get a lot of bikers. So if a motorbike comes, I don't know, some boomer is pulling out the Jag, to have a ramble round with the missus on a Sunday, as they do. Get in the Jag, honey, we're going for a ride. You know, that sort of thing. You occasionally get that, like if someone's just being obnoxiously loud in their sports car. And the occasional lorry that goes by. But sometimes those things, if I can hear them coming, I know how the audio works. I know how it picks it up. I've done enough stuff in here now. I've been doing it in here for like about a year now. And I can hear them approaching in the distance, and I'm like, I've got to stop, you know. Same thing with airplanes, though. Certain times of day, there's a lot of airplanes. Yeah, so I have to just watch myself with that, because I think the audio does it picks it up to the degree that it'd be too difficult to take out. So I'd rather not risk it. And then when it comes to editing the audio, as you can see, the audio band there on Audacity, yeah, I can. I don't have to go through the whole thing looking for every little bit of sound. I know roughly what the ambient background sound is, and I can noise gate that or noise removal or whatever quite easily. But when you have suddenly, you know, an airplane going over while you're recording, not only is it disruptive to me because I can, you know, it's right over my head. It will come through on the audio, so I have to be careful of that. Yeah, a white scar. Yeah, a white scar. Yeah. Oh, no, Hull. Are you living in Hull? I love Baal videos and the Master's Bidding. I think that was the one with the Iron Warriors Dreadnought. Yeah, that's the Master. So for you guys watching now, stay tuned, because probably not this week, probably not next week. Well, maybe the end of next week, I'll do a live stream where we'll have a bit of a vote on. I'm going to make like a compilation video of some of the best audio stories I've done, and that's going to be coming up. That's going to be going out definitely. Probably like in a month or two, just based on how long it's taken me to do things and other things I've got going on in my life, how much time I've got to spare to do the videos. Because I've got to go through and edit out. It's a pain, right? And I've got other stuff to do in terms of the channel, other videos to put out. But I will be putting out a best of, but I will get you guys to vote on it. I can only put 12 hours out in a best of at once. And, you know, there's a couple of videos straight away I know I'm going to put in there. So I'm probably going to have about like 6 hours to play with. So it's Master's Bidding is probably one of the main ones to put in there. So I've probably got about 6 hours worth of space left to put in there. So I'm going to have you guys vote on the short stories and stuff that you'd like to see in there. But we'll see how it goes anyway. Stay tuned for that. I'll put out a message on the channel to say when it's coming up, and you'll see it coming up. I'll do a whole thing of it, trying to get as many of you guys to sort of interact with it as possible. But Yeah, that's all for the future. Today is this. Now, where was I?
Let's they lead to the warp's horrors.
Okay. So, this is the Fracture of Baltan. If you're a viewer of the channel, you've most likely heard this before. It's the second part of the, or at least, you know, what I've drawn this from is the second part of the Storm. Oh God, I forgot what the series is called. Anyway, this is part 2. Fall Acadia, the first one I did, is the first one, and then this is the second one. So this is all the Eldar stuff with the God of the Dead and all that sort of stuff, and then we'll do the Rise of the Primarch afterwards. So, yeah, all the Kane ones. Yeah, all the Kane ones. Ride the Tiger. Yeah, talking shop, man. Ride the Tiger. Look at you. Trying to escape the cycle of life, are we? Ride the Tiger. It's all a cycle, man. It's all happened before. It'll all happen again. All right. The Warp's Horrors. The Gathering Storm. That's the one. The Gathering Storm. All right, boys. It's the Warp's Horrors. Yeah, okay. In fact, let's have some apple juice. Now, for those, if you ever do recording and so on, an old sort of trade secret that I didn't know, I learned, I don't know how I learned, I read it somewhere, or maybe I watched some kind of BBC4 documentary when I was a kid, and it was like, you know, stupid, it was like a stupid subject, I don't know. But apple juice is the way to diminish the, it's something that old like radio people would do back in the day. It stops the. It gets rid of some of the saliva in your mouth, which can attach to your teeth and your tongue and so on, and the base of your mouth makes a little well under there, and that can really come through. Sometimes you don't pick it up so much, and some people don't hear it at all. But when you're doing this kind of thing, when you're editing things, you become very aware of the sounds you make. So I've adapted the way I speak, especially when I'm recording, the way I move my mouth. But the best way to get rid of annoying clicks is some apple juice. Mm. Mm. Well, that was wrong. I've got to move stuff around here. Hang on. I have to lean across to click record on my computer, but it was too far away. It's just a ride. It's just a ride. It's just a ride. It's just a ride. La 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 la. La 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 la. Have a bit more apple juice. I'm feeling a bit bunged up today, to be honest. So when you're feeling a bit bunged up if you record, I don't know why it happens. I think it's something to do with like how the air goes through your nose and stuff. It can make a sort of, at the end of when you're saying a sentence, it'll be like, baba. You know, like, and it's the sound of the air. It's the mic picking up the air. I don't know. These are all things you notice when you do this kind of thing. Right, where were we? Where were we? Okay. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Let's make sure it's all correct before I begin. Testing, 1, 2, 3. There we go. You'll notice a lot of like background sound there. That all will be removed. I'll be able to do that later on with some setting changes and some editing I can do. Your brains, that. Now that seems a bit erratic. Let's just double check that. Now that seems a bit. Okay, it's fine. Is that a plane? There's a plane coming. Typical. There's a plane coming. There's a plane coming. Can hear it in the distance. And I'm like, is it going to come over here or is it just doing a turn and it's going to go back straight away? I know how they move. I know the flight paths. Okay, I think we're fine. Yvraine's company, barely 50 strong, pressed on, their steps shadowed by the song's eerie cadence. The blood brides, their soul hunger gnawing, began to age, their once live forms showing faint signs of decay as they tested their blades, casting sly glances at one another. Without the sustenance of suffering, they risked becoming parched, ravening ghouls driven to feast on negative emotion, their beauty reduced to haggard ruin. A cruel, youthful voice laughed in Yvraine's mind, the echo of the Gaia bat hellion she had slain, its soul preserved from Slanesh's grasp. This revelation sparked a profound realization. Why did I write that? That's a bit too much, that is. That's a bit too much. This. That's a bit too wordy. I write these scripts and then I end up from Slanesh's grasp. I write these scripts and I end up like editing things as I'm going along. It seems okay on paper, but once you're reading it, you're like, yeah, that don't sound quite right. Okay. This sparked a profound realization. If she could master this ability to harbour souls... I've got to click. This sparked a profound realization. If she could master this ability to harbour souls, she could free the Elder from Waystones and the Infinity Circuit, offering salvation to both Dark Eldar and Craftworlders. Her conviction surged, silencing her fractious company as they ventured deeper into the webway's misty reaches, the song dogging their every step. The tunnels twisted into anarchic forms, spiralling paths where walls became ceilings, stairs of insubstantial shadow bearing their weight, revealing vistas of swirling cosmos and grotesque, laughing faces that blended into a scarring tableau. The blood brides, quarrels escalated. I'll say that differently. There we go. You see the effort I put in for you boys here? The blood bride. I hope you appreciate how much effort I put in here, boys.
Scarring tableau.
The blood bride's quarrels escalated. Etheria Napath's tirade against Vilea, the Talon's ancestry, met with surreal counterclaims, so imaginative they drew a rare smile from Yvraine, though the looming threat of their soul hunger underscored their dwindling time. The walls, glistening like flayed flesh. I've got to click there, boys, I've got to click. The walls. Listen. The walls. Glistening. See. Can't have that. Where are we? The walls, glistening like flayed flesh, led to a dead-end portal, its warding runes smouldering as it burned. And then I just do it wrong sometimes. And then I just read it wrong. Oh. The walls, glistening like flayed flesh, led to a dead-end portal, its warding runes smouldering as if burned out moments before. The skirling song grew louder, its mocking tone urging Yvraine through the shimmering quicksilver gate, her blood brides at her heels. A demented scene greeted them, a nightmare from an insane artist's mind. 100 demonettes, handmaidens of Slaanesh, danced with the corpses of Dark Eldar in the colours of Vex Cabal of the Black Art, their razored claws flaying flesh in a grotesque waltz. They moved to a maddening duet played on the thigh bones of ancient Eldar, the notes weaving a spell of torment. At the heart of the revel stood the mask of Slaanesh, holding masks of tragedy and comedy on a long haft. Her presence, altered by her besotted sleef agent, Sasarasarin. Yvraine's stomach churned, the Hellions' panic screams ringing in her mind. A tall, stately demonette spun a spiralling pavane, her movements so entrancing that Yvraine could not look away. A suffocating apathy settled over her like a blanket, her eyelids drooping. Her company slumped, some sitting cross-legged, others lying on the pulsing tunnel floor, succumbing to an unnatural slumber curse. Valia the Talon gave a plaintive
Natural slumber curse.
Where are we? Valia the Talon gave a plaintive cry, like a dying swan, before collapsing in a heap, their fate to become corpse puppets in a demonic revel. Suddenly, though, troop after troop of harlequin warrior dancers vaulted from the tunnel's ceiling, tumbling from clouds of glittering mist in sprays of luminescent diamonds, their jubilant cries shattering the trance. Yvraine felt a jolt of energy, her husk blade raised in greeting as she strode forward, decapitating a demonette, its form dissipating in a cloud of sickly pink mist. Misk! Come on, man!
Yvraine felt a jolt of energy, her husk blade raised in greeting as she strode forward, decapitating a demonette, its form dissipating in a cloud of sickly pink mist.
Misk! Come on, man!
Its form...
Gotta get rid of it all.
Yvraine felt... a trance.
There we go. Where are we? Yvraine felt a bolt. Yvraine felt a jolt of energy, her husk blade raised in greeting as she strode. I'll have to go and blow my nose. Yvraine felt a jolt of energy, her husk blade raised in greeting as she strode forward, decapitating a demonette, its form dissipating in a cloud of sickly pink mist. The mask, her grotesque face twisted with fury, sprang at unnatural speed toward the Visarch's incubi, who were gripped by the slumber curse still. The Visarch himself clutching his head as if in a migraine's throes.
Yvraine fought the hissing she-fiends, her blade a blur, but could not reach her imperiled allies. As the mask dashed over a slumped incubus, incubi. As the mask... Incubi. Incubi. As the mask dashed over a slumped incubi in black heart livery, his clave hooked her legs, toppling her. The warrior rose, laughing hollowly, his form shimmering as he sloughed off the illusion to reveal a live harlequin solitaire, walker of the path of the damned. The mask screamed in disbelief, slashing a claw at his midriff, but the solitaire, already moving, punched a monofilament wire into her neck before cartwheeling away, his greatcoat billowing behind him, landing in a sprinter's crouch. He launched forward like a living missile, darting from demonette to demonette, leaving explosions of purple ichor with each kill. Yvraine and her blood brides, freed from the curse, plunged into the fray, their blades flashing against the leering demonettes who charged with sadistic glee. Blood flew on both sides, the forces evenly matched until Yvraine took a shallow... Ha! Blood
who charged with sadistic glee.
Can you hear that? I'm being attacked by a plane. I'm being attacked by a 747. Alright boys, give me a moment. The plane's passing over. It seems like a good time to have a little break. This is a difficult bit because it's very, I don't know. This bit seems a bit... Action bits are always a little bit tougher than just like straight up down the page. Much like dialogue moments, but like these bits are a bit... Because you have to say them with a bit of pace, a bit of energy, in order to convey like the frenetic energy of the scene. I say, like I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Let me have a moment. I'm going to go and get a coffee, I think, as well, just to perk me up. Even though I've had 4 today. Shut up. Give me a moment, boys. I'll be back. Now, Brad J, I'm not going to have any time to do adverts or anything. I appreciate that. I don't really use Twitter that much, though, either. I don't think I've even got the DMs open, to be honest. I'd have to look into it, man. But, no, I'm good. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. So, I'm way behind. I can barely get this done. I appreciate that, man, VA. Brad, I'll have a look on there and see what you're saying, man. I don't know what you do, actually, to be honest. I'll have to look it up. Yes. We get this section done, and then it's on to the next chapter. Yeah, we're almost done with this section. Okay. I'll have to look it up, man. Like I say, until I saw you in the chat, I didn't really know what you did, so I'll have to look it up. Oh, dearie me. Oh, man. I'm not in the mood for this at all, but I've got to force myself to do it. Not in the mood at all. I've got to really force myself to do this today, because it's the only free time I got. I've got a bit of tomorrow and I got today. So I'm just going to be at this all day now, for a couple of hours, basically. Yeah, post the YouTube in the chat, man, if you can. I don't think you can, man. I'll look at, what's it called? I'll look it up. All right. Path of Dragons Radio. Let's have a look now. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, I'll take a look later, man. But like I say, for the minute, I'm not doing anything like that. But I appreciate the reaching out to me, man. Right. Right. Where were we? Okay. Okay, man. I'll take a look. All right. Right. Where were we? Where were we, man? Where were we?
Charged with sadistic glee.
With sadistic glee. With sadistic... with sadistic glee. I've lost my place. Oh, yeah. Cool. Right. I lost my place again. Okay. Blood flew on both sides. The forces evenly matched until Yvraine took a shallow cut across her throat. The sting like fire, but not deep enough to kill. She spoke words of power unbidden, and thin tendrils of grey mist seeped from her wound, sapping the strength from nearby demonettes, their unreal flesh turning lifeless grey. Let's have a listen to that.
Blood flew on both sides. The forces evenly matched.
See, I don't like that. Listen to that. How loud is that? Yeah, that'll come out. That'll be fine.
The forces evenly matched until Yvraine took a shallow cut across her throat. The sting like fire, but not deep enough to...
So that's what I'm talking about. When you feel a bit bunged up, listen to this. When you feel a bit bunged up, you get this weird sound sometimes when your nostrils, with your, at least I do.
The sting like fire.
You hear that little... We'll record all that again. Oh, Mammoth! Thank you, man. My bro. Sick idea to stream your process. And hey, from one creative to another, your work is stunning. So transportative and intentional, something we're very underrated. Your to 40k narration, what a start is to animation. Well, you're right there. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Mammoth. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. But thank you, Mammoth. What do you do? Are you on YouTube as well? Let's go to the channel. What do you do? White Rabbit? I don't know what that is, man. Okay. I appreciate that, though, man. Thank you very, very much for the donation. I really, really appreciate it. I'm a bit tight at the moment because I've lost all my YouTube videos, so I really, really appreciate any donations. I really appreciate it. Anyway, thank you, man. Really appreciate that. Artist. Oh, cool. Oh, are you on Twitter? Maybe I'll recognise the name. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. Like I say, I would love to use art at the second, but for one, I don't have time, and two, I ain't got the money. So I apologise. I've got to use this crappy AI art just to place fill. You know what I mean? In the future, though, I'm hoping to get some commission stuff done for big moments and stuff. But anyway, look, yeah, I'll look you up, man. All right. Really appreciate it.
Charged with sadistic glee.
You know? You see, people say that. People say my voice is iconic. Iconic. And you got to understand that this is like a Midlands accent. This isn't the normal English accent. You get me? This isn't the Queen's. And my accent is pretty toned down from some of my peers. Like people I grew up with, you know. My accent's a little bit more refined. A little bit. So, yeah, this is the sound of the Midlands. You know what I mean? It's the sound of the Midlands, guys. You know. It's the sound of the West Midlands, specifically.
Who charge with sadistic glee.
But I was more from Staffordshire way, so mine's got a little bit different than Birmingham. I don't know. I'm not going into accents. Anyway, let's carry on. Thank you again for the donation, sir. I really, really appreciate it, Mammoth. Okay. Oh, I forgot my place. Let's try and get this all done in one section, down to the next chapter. Come on. Blood flew on both sides. The forces evenly matched until Yvraine took a shallow cut across her throat. The sting like fire, but not deep enough to kill. She spoke words of power, unbidden, and thin tendrils of grey mist seeped from her wound, sapping the strength from nearby demonettes, their unreal flesh turning lifeless grey. Seizing the opportunity, Yvraine pressed her assault, her huskblade a whirlwind of death. The harlequins, glamours woven by a shadow seer, turned demonettes upon each other, their claws slashing their own kin in confusion. The visages incubi, shaking off the curse, wreaked bloody vengeance with their claves, their strikes precise and lethal. The Slaneshi trap shattered, and the mask threw back her head, unleashing a horrendous scream that broke a section of the webway wall. A gale of psychic emanations roared through, swirling into a tornado that carried the demonettes and their queen away in moments. Yvrane's group fought to keep their footing, embedding blades and fingers in the psychoplastic crystal walls. The solitaire strode through the gale as if it were a summer breeze, his fingers tracing a complex warding rune over the breach, sealing it with a flicker of light. The Shadowseer turned the ebbing gale into a harmless, sparkling mist, its motes drifting like stars. Yvrane's company diminished.
Yvrane.
Almost there. Almost there. We got a whole paragraph done. We got more than a whole paragraph done. Where am I? There we go. Yvrane's company, diminished but alive, regrouped, their breath ragged from the minute-long altercation. The solitaire, sensing a potent destiny in Yvrane, chose to remain as her guide after a brief exchange with his fellows, who vanished into the webway's depths to seek a famed warrior matriarch, their role yet to unfold. Yvrane, marked by a Yniad's touch, pressed deeper into the labyrinth, her path a spark of hope amidst the chaos, her survival.
Her path.
Her path, a spark of hope amidst the chaos. Her survival. I didn't like that. I did not like that. Oh, God. I've got to go and blow my nose. I've got to clear everything out. I'm feeling all bunged up. Maybe some apple juice will sort me out. I don't know. Hang on. Her path, a spark of hope. You see, you might not hear the little clicks, but I can. I hear myself making them, so I know I've got to get rid of them. Her path, a spark of hope amidst the chaos. Her survival, a testament to her growing power. Chapter... So where are we? Chapter 3. Baltan. Chapter 3. Baltan.
Chapter 3. Baltan. Chapter 3. Baltan.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So, this is just the way I've developed in terms of how I do stuff. I will generally, I know a lot of people will do different sections and add them all together, particularly if there's different voice actors and stuff like this. Me personally, I'll record everything in a single audio thing. Sometimes I might have to go in afterwards and insert an extra bit or redo an extra bit depending. But generally I'll record everything in one go. So this 4-hour audio, I'm going to record everything in this one 4-hour track. Then edit it so it all sounds the same. But I do make a note. So like say now, chapter 3, I'll note down where in the at what time in the recording that occurs. And then later on, when I pop it into my video editing software on Premiere Pro, I will then go and find that section and then put, a graphic saying chapter 3 or whatever. That's how I do things. This is like a learning thing, right? I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you how to do audio recordings, yeah? Yes, Harlequins. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? There we go. So that is at 3 minutes. 39 minutes 17. Chapter 3. 39, 17. Chapter 3. Baltan. I've also got to record an intro because I couldn't really think of one. I'm hoping it comes to me when I get there. So something appropriate, Here's the Eldar. They're a bunch of disgusting degenerates who destroyed the universe nearly. They deserve what they get. That sort of thing. So I'm going to finish the whole thing and then see how I feel about it afterwards. And then I'll slap that in at the front of the, I'll record that separately and put it in at the start somewhere. Okay. All right, where are we then? Chapter 3.
Chapter 3. Baltan. Baltan.
That sounds bad. I'm going to have to record that again. I knew something was up with it. It didn't sound right. Chapter 3. Baltan. I made a click in my mouth. Chapter 3. Chapter 3. Baltan. That don't sound right either. Oh, this is going to be a right pain.
Chapter 3.
So, you hear that? It's this bit here, listen. It's like a... It's my own fault. I'm doing this myself. Hang on. Apple juice to the rescue. Chapter 3. I did it again. Chapter 3. Baltan.
Growing power. Chapter 3.
There's a plane. There's a plane. Also, my audio, I don't know if I'm doing it when I'm clicking about and I'm just catching it, but it happens a lot. I have to keep an eye on this audio mic volume because sometimes it gets clicked down and then it ruins the recording because it's been recorded at a lower level than everything else. That's one of the only issues I have, really. Chapter 3. Baltan.
Chapter 3. Baltan.
It's a bit aggressive, isn't it? Chapter 3. Baltan.
Chapter 3. Baltan.
I'm taking way much. This is ridiculous. This is the one. This is the one. Chapter 3. Baltan. Okay. I feel like I'm shouting it though.
Chapter 3. Baltan.
Yeah, I'm shouting it. Chapter 3. Baltan.
Chapter 3. Baltan. Tan.
That's fine. That's fine.
Chapter 3.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay. The webways, labyrinthine tunnels stretched endlessly before Yvraine and her company, their forms a blur as they darted through translucent passageways, pulsing with an eerie lambent glow. Guided by the solitaire, a harlequin whose silent grace masked a deadly prowess honed on the path of the damned, they ventured toward a destination deep within the realm humanity called Ultima Segmentum. There lay Baltan, a craft world revered as a jewel in the shattered crown of the Eldar's lost empire. Its crystalline domes and elegant spires glowing with the promise of ancient glory. Known as the rebirth of ancient days, Baltan stood as the most militant of its kind, its warriors fiercely proud, their hearts... I don't think that's true. Why have I written that?
There lay Baltan.
Why did I write that? That's not true. Wait a minute, which one's Baltan? Ulthwé. Ulthwé is the most militant, for sure. I'm going to cut that line out completely. There lay Baltan. Okay. I don't know why I wrote that. There lay Baltan, a craft world revered as a jewel in the shattered crown of the Eldar's lost empire. Its crystalline domes and elegant spires glowing with the promise of ancient glory. Known as the rebirth of ancient days, Baltan.
Known as the...
Known as the rebirth of ancient days, its warriors were fierce and proud. The craft world cast itself as the guardian of the Maiden Worlds, those primeval planets where exodite Eldar lived in harmony with their environment, their souls merging with the world spirits at the planet's cores upon death. The Baltani clung to their vision of these worlds as seeds for a new Eldari dominion, a dream many craftworlders deemed delusional, the resources and numbers required and long consumed by the fall's aftermath. Yet Baltan's warriors held their convictions like a wounded warrior grips a sword, unyielding despite the odds. Yvraine, the daughter of Shades, was no stranger to Baltan's radiant halls. Raised beneath its glowing domes, she was steeped...
Yvraine. Despite the odds.
Okay. Yvraine, the daughter... Oh, fucking hell. Yvraine, the daughter of Shades, was no stranger to Baltan's radiant halls. Raised beneath its glowing domes, she was steeped in the craft world's traditions. Her early years spent walking the path of the performer. Her acrobatics, a mesmerizing blend of grace and precision, captivated high society and the wanderers of Baltan's abandoned zones, where forgotten spires whispered of a lost empire. As her spirit grew restless, her displays turned fierce, laced with a violence. Laced. As her spirit... As her spirit grew restless, her displays turned fierce, laced with a violence that mirrored her headstrong nature. When the ever... her headstrong nature. When the avatar of Cain, the craft world's shard of the bloody-handed god, stirred from... When the avatar of Cain, the craft world's bloody-handed god, stirred during the invasion of Gnosis Prime, Yvraine embraced the path of the warrior, training as a dire avenger under Exarch Larian Starspeaker of the Silvered Blade Shrine, whose deadly artistry was renowned. Years passed, her blades spilling blood in Baltan... Yeah. Years passed, her blades spinning... Come on, man! I've got to pull this together. Years passed, her blades spilling blood in Baltan's Swordwind, a war host famed for its relentless assaults. Yet the carnage failed to sate her yearning for deeper truths. She walked the path of the warlock, honing her psychic gifts while fighting in Baltan's armies. But this esoteric path could not hold her. Forsaking the craft world, she became an outcast, then a corsair admiral, whose hubris sparked a mutiny, leading her to Comora's blood-soaked arenas. Despite her wanderings, Baltan remained a lodestone in her heart, and now, guided by the solitaire's silent steps, her prodigal return drew near. The Harlequins of the Mask of the Midnight Sorrow, leagues ahead of Yvraine's vanguard, hastened through the webway to prepare Baltan for her arrival. Their reputation as self-serving thieves, earned by pilfering sacred relics like Aisha's jewels, cast a shadow, yet their message carried a weight that demanded attention. Months prior, within Ulthwe's vaults of black wraithbone, High Farseer Eldrad Ulthran had foreseen Yvraine's rise as the daughter of Shades, a figure central to Yniad's ascension. Tracing the ripples of fate from Coheria's failed ritual, he divined her... he divined... ritual.
Tracing.
Tracing the ripples of fate from Coheria's failed ritual, he divined. Tracing the ripples of fate from Coheria's failed ritual, he divined her as the key to challenging Slaaneshi's curse. Her spiritual bond with Baltan's ruling castes a catalyst for a new destiny. Oh, Mammoth! Thank you again for the donation. I will bear that in mind, man. I think I've got an Instagram. I have got an. I've got an Aborder Prince Instagram account. I'll let you know, man. At the second, I'm not going to be doing anything with that, but definitely in the coming weeks and months, I'll let you know, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, special prices are always appreciated, and thank you for the donation, sir. There we go. You hear me burp then?
A catalyst for a new destiny. Ascension. Tracing. Ascension. Tracing.
Get rid of that. Oh, where is it? It's right there, look. Where is that? There it is. Listen. See? Gotta get rid of that. Does that sound bad?
Ascension. Tracing the ripples of fate. Destiny.
Okay. There's a plane above me again. It's bad at this time of day. As we get in another hour or so, there won't be any. This is a short chapter. The other one was quite long. In fact, I don't think I'll split it. I think I'll keep that one there. We're going to have one long chapter. And I'll just incorporate Ursulia as a separate... Yeah, okay. This is all going to be one long chapter for about 40-minute long chapter. Yeah, we'll do it like that. This is going to be a fairly long chapter within the audio. But there will be a little break up there with a little aside. His visions revealed a nexus point, the rune of the Night Maiden, circled by the fall from grace, orbiting Baltan's. Why did I write this like this? This is stupid. Okay. His visions revealed a nexus point, the rune of the Night Maiden, a portent of sacrifice for progress. Sending a psychic signal across the webway, Eldrad entrusted the Midnight Sorrow to ensure Yvrane's safe arrival. Their task to untangle fate's strands for a greater purpose. A silken noose to strangle Slanesh. The Harlequins breached Baltan through a latter portal, their unheralded arrival flouting the Craftworld's unwritten codes, a provocation that stirred tension. In a chamber of crystalline roses, where light refracted in dazzling arrays, Ildraski Dream Spear. Ildraski.
Lights refracted in dazzling arrays.
Ildraski. Ildraski. Alright, give me a minute. I've got to have some coffee, man. What do you think so far, boys? Does it sound alright? I think it sounds alright. I think I've done a good job. Yeah. 44 minutes. Yeah. Try and get another... I want to get an hour and a half recorded of it today. And then we're probably about halfway through, and then I'll do the rest tomorrow. I don't know, boys. I don't know. Let's take a moment. Be right back. Let's take a moment. I need some fresh air. Thank you, Waybone. dazzling the rays. Ildraiski Dream Spear. I've got the window open. I open the window, it gets hot in here. There we go. Ildraiski Dream Spear. The Harlequin of the Midnight Sorrow. Met Autarch Millennial. There's a giant lorry in the distance. You might not hear it, but there is a throb that comes through to the audio recordings. They might be difficult to remove, stuff like that. I don't know how to soundproof the whole thing properly. I didn't think it'd be this much of a big deal, but I've just learned to work around it. I don't think there's really much of a solution I could do unless I get a brick outbuilding built. But I haven't got the money for that. Not right now, anyway. Or the space, really. See, it's 6:15, which is kind of like rush hour. Ildraiski Dream Spear. A Harlequin of the Midnight Sorrow met Autarch Millennial. Dream Spears. Elaborate bow. Arms... And now there's a plane. And now there's a plane. Okay. Dazzling the rays. You learn patience, you know? You learn patience. If I was still a younger man in my 20s, I'd probably be smashing the walls, going, come on! But I've matured, as you can see from the belly. It's in these moments of reflection that I oft consider stuff. I'm just really deep like that, you know. Edrelski. Dazzling the rays. Ildraiski Warhammer names, man. Ildraiski Dream Spear. The Harlequin. Ildraiski Dream Spear. The Harlequin of the Midnight Sorrow. Met Autarch Millennial. Dream Spear's elaborate bow. Arms wide. Master weary edge, while Millennial's stylized salute, flanked by dire avengers with shuriken catapults held lightly, carried a taut formality. I burped, but we got away with it. Formality. I burped, but we got away with it. Their exchange was a dance of veiled accusations, Millennial noting the Harlequin's unorthodox arrival as akin to the Void Zephyr, taking and leaving as they pleased, while Dreamspear countered that an armed escort was an uncommon welcome for ambassadors, both acknowledging the shadowed paths they tread. That's silly. That an armed escort... Formality. Their exchange was a dance of veiled accusations, Millennial noting the Harlequin's unorthodox arrival as akin to the Void Zephyr, taking and leaving as they pleased, while Dreamspear countered that an armed escort was an uncommon welcome for ambassadors. Millennial hinted at Kagarak's theft of Aisha's jewels as a provocative act, to which Dreamspear suggested it was a desperate bid for victory, warning that lethal mistakes in war could lead to tragedy. When Millennial pressed about prophecies concerning Yniad, Dreamspear confirmed their message concerned all Eldar, particularly Baltan, revealing that the child of she who thirsts already knew of the Daughter of Shades. Millennial accused them of risking doom to force Baltan's hand, but Dreamspear, his mask shifting to Kane's coal-eyed visage, clarified that Slanesh's forces targeted a threshold world, not the craft world directly. Presenting a rune, he revealed Ursulia as the demon's ingress point. Millennial, his expression hardening, ordered the Swordwind mobilized and High Farseer Lathriel informed. Does this make sense? Yeah, it does. It's this last bit that's a bit wordy. I need to just change this. Hang on. Millennial. Millennial. His expression. Ah, where am I? Millennial. His expression hardening. Ordered the Swordwind mobilized. The Harlequin's warning, born of Eldrad's foresight, carried dire import. High Farseer Lathriel of Baltan The Harlequin's warning. Mobilized. The Harlequin's warning, born of Eldred's foresight, carried dire import. High Farseer Lathriel's own runic divinations aligned with the Harlequin's message, and revealed a fork in Baltan's destiny. One path led to blazing fire, the Rana Dandra, the Eldar's end of days. The other to a darkened veil and a mourning bell. A path of sacrifice, but potential salvation. Yvraine, the Daughter of Shades, was central. Her deathly powers, manifested against demonettes in the webway, confirmed Eldrad's prophecy. The craft world's wards, long thought impervious, were now vulnerable amid Empyrean tempests raging across Ultima Segmentum. The Mask of Slanesh, aware of Yvraine's significance, had uncovered a long-sealed webway tunnel from Baltan's abandoned extremities to the maiden world Ursulia, a path for a demonic incursion that could reduce the craft world to ashes. Millennial mobilized the Swordwind, Its aspect warriors, dire avengers, howling banshees and striking scorpions, readying their blades and shuriken weapons. Lathriel's visions, entwined with the runes of Slanesh and Baltan, underscored Yvrain's role as a catalyst, a arrival, a spark to ignite the craft world's struggling ambition and plunge it into ruin. Ursulia. Once a breathtaking utopia of verdant foliage and shimmering waters, the maiden world of Ursulia stood as a haven in the coreward sectors of Ultima Segmentum. Its lush landscapes, tended by exodite Eldar, who lived in harmony with the planet's world spirit, reflected the ancient glory of the Eldari. Yet the emergence of warp storms transformed Ursulia into a nightmarish realm. Its forests turned into tangled wildernesses of sentient plants, their branches oozing mind poison that seared the psyche. Jagged fungi, pulsing with eerie light, released clouds of hallucinogenic gas, twisting perceptions into delusions. Grotesque saurian beasts, their hides bristling with countless eyes and mouths from snout to tail, roamed the wilds, their presence a mockery of nature. Psychic storms tore across the ruined settlement, unleashing... I need to get the timing right, actually, where this one is, because this will be a separate, sub-chapter within the chapter. It's lush. And I need to delete that last bit.
Ursulia.
So that's 45. Ursulia. Naught. 47. 53. Okay. So what was this last bit I got wrong? Unleash. Settlements. Psychic storms. Nature. Settlements. Where were we? Psychic storms tore across ruined Eldar settlements, unleashing ectoplasmic rain that burned the flesh, winds screaming with banshee fury, and crackling empiric lightning that rent the earth. These forces left utter devastation, tainting both the landscape and the world spirit with an indelible corruption, a wound from which recovery seemed impossible. Once a verdant paradise, famed in Eldar lore for its majestic thornwoods and towering arbour cities, Ursulia, named for a mythical maiden of unparalleled beauty, stood as a testament to the Eldari's ancient craft. Its lush landscapes tended by exodite Eldar in harmony. Hang on. Did I write this twice? Did I write this twice and add them both in? Okay. Once a bird... It was Warp Storm Balamet that had twisted Ursulia beyond recognition, its beauty ravaged by chaotic energies. To descend through its silver cloud banks was to feel a profound sadness, the soul weighed down by loss of this once glorious haven. The soul... Sadness. the soul weighed down by the loss of this once glorious haven. Crimson glass replaced cascading waterfalls. The rolling dales became skull-strewn wastelands, littered with the bones of fallen exodites. In the planet's valleys, the moss-strewn hedge, known In the planet's valleys, the moss-strewn henge, known as the Obsidian Gate, a sealed webway route to Baltan, stood silent, its wards closed millennia ago to thwart invasion. Though vindicated by Ursulia's many wars, the gate's arcane seals could, in theory, be breached by malevolent force, a possibility the Baltani would die to prevent. The swordwind of Baltan, 1,000 warriors strong, descended upon Ursulia, their hearts heavy with the planet's ruin. Rangers, their faces hardened under hooded cloaks, scoured the twisted forests for exodite survivors, finding only death's grim harvest. The planet had suffered beyond comprehension, its world spirit tainted by the warp's touch. Autarch Millennial, his strategic mind honed by centuries of war, directed the swordwind to aerial ambush points. Their falcon and wave serpent skimmers gliding through the storm-racked skies in cloud strike formation, invisible as the blade unseen. Aspect warriors, their war masks donned, embodied Cain's focused killers, their emotions suppressed until battle's end. Rain hammered down, a tempest brewing with an unnatural keening wind, the air thick with ozone, and an impending sense of doom. The warriors felt they had already lost. Their millennia-long vigil over Ursulia against orcs, Hrud, imperial conquests, and Dark Eldar raids, undone by chaos, tempest's sudden... The warriors felt... The warriors felt they had already lost. Their millennia-long vigil over Ursulia against orcs, Hrud, Imperials, and Dark Eldar raids, undone by the Chaos Tempest's sudden fury. What began as a rescue mission turned to vengeance, a desperate bid to prevent Baltan's fall. The Mask of Slaanesh, her ambition fueled by Yvrane's significance as the daughter of Shades, orchestrated a demonic invasion of Ursulia, not to conquer, but to breach the Obsidian Gate and reach Baltan before her. Her promenade of excess, demonettes, seekers, charioteers, and hellflayers joined a grand battalion of cornate demons, an uneasy alliance forged by her cunning. The rivalry between Slaanesh and Khorne, marked by mutual contempt, saw the Mask's seductive wiles exploit the pride of Khorne's lords, binding them to her cause. Skarbrand the Exile, a bloodthirster cast out for challenging Khorne, was her key. His rage, raw and all-consuming, could shatter the gate's wards. The Mask, weaving a wager of slaughter, lured Skarbrand with tales of her own exile, stoking his fury for a contest to claim Eldar lives on Ursulia. Within a week their combined host, numbering hundreds of thousands, trod Ursulia's peaty loam, their champions vying to outdo each other in carnage. Bursting from the eye of a psychic storm, they overwhelmed the Exodites, whose Exodites, whose megasaurs and dragon knights charged. Whose megasaurs and dragon knight charges fell before the demonic tide. By the time the sword wind arrived, the Exodites were eradicated. Demons cavorting amidst the ruins, counting kills or bickering over supremacy. The Mask, her seeker parties locating the Obsidian Gate above Greenlush Valley, coordinated her assaults with a choreographer's artistry, anticipating the Baltani's haste would aid her breach. Aboard his wave serpent, Millennial confronted Lathriel's ghostly apparition, his voice sharp. "Why did you not foresee this, sister?" Lathriel admitted the rune's future shifted too swiftly, even for Eldrad, due to a galactic psychic event, likely Yniad stirring. Millennial, bitter, noted salvation came too late for Ursulia, fearing for Baltan. Lathriel urged turning chaos against itself, but Millennial, his tone clipped, declared, "This is the hour of the blade." Over a jade lake tinged with blood, he ordered the sword wind's assault. Engines of Val to the northwest, wind riders mirroring northeast, falcons forming the pyramid's tip, the aspect warriors, the serpent's coil. The battle would test Baltan's resolve. The death toll, a grim testament to their struggle to protect the Obsidian Gate and thwart the Mask's ambition. The Mask's and thwart the Mask's ambition. Protect the Obsidian Gate. And thwart the Mask's ambition. Oh dear, boys. And thwart the Mask's ambition. Okay. How's it going, boys? Hello, Forlorn Joker. How you doing, sir? Okay. Let's get energized. Come on. Woo. I want to do some weights, man. I'm starting to feel pumped. I'm going to have some coffee. And calm down. Ooh. How we doing, boys? How we doing, chat? What do you think so far? Sound all right? I don't know whether some of these lines feel a little bit ropey, man. Like that last paragraph feels a bit ropey, man. I think it's okay. I think I'll leave it, but yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Hey, it's going to be a 4-hour video. Or 3.5 hours. So, I can live... if you can live with it, I can live with it. The 1 or 2 paragraphs are a little bit ropey. Alright. Give me a moment. Ladies and gents. Give me a moment. Oh, dear. It gets so stuffy in here. I really need to get myself a aircon. I need to get an aircon fitted somewhere. But still, that wouldn't help me because it's still going to get stuffy in here. But I guess if it's like really low temperature to start with, it won't be a big issue. But I've just had to open the door just to get some fresh air in here. God. If you guys weren't here, I would have taken my top off just because it gets so sweaty and stuffy in here. I'll be back in a second, hang on. Let's have some music while we wait. Do remember to give the stream a like. Thank you very much. Where are we anyway? We've got this section. This section. Yeah. Yeah. Soon. We get to some action now. Thank you, Shade. Thank you, man. I'm glad you liked it. Everybody loves Execution Hour. I knew that would be a big hit. Hang on a second. What do you want? Yeah, I'll see you later. Right. Let's crack on. The Mask's Ambition. Testing. Testing. Okay. Oh, okay. Right. A cacophony of howls, cries, and screams heralded the demon hordes of Slaanesh and Khorne as they surged through Ursulia's twisted forests, their blades gripped tight. Snarling smiles, baring pointed teeth. Driven by a cruel frenzy, they cast aside jibes to prove their supremacy to one another, scouring the corrupted Thornwoods for Eldar lives to claim. The psychic tempest, its roiling energies lashing the planet, blinded them to the craft-world forces descending through the silver clouds. Only the Mask of Slaanesh, her coal-black eyes glinting, watched the heavens, her trap meticulously laid. She knew Baltan's swordwind would strike with pitiless fury, their attack unwittingly triggering her devastating counterstroke. Slanesh revelled in excess, delighting in the spill of vital fluids, while Khorne drew power from slaughter, heedless of whether it was foe or follower. Blood was blood, and Ursulia's valleys would drown in it. Autarch Meleniel's command unleashed the sword wind's assault, a sudden and devastating strike from the heavens. At his word, grav tanks dived, their pulse lasers and plasma weapons blazing in a hail of light that mingled with ectoplasmic rain. Explosions tore through the forest canopies, blasting grotesque demonic forms skyward, their warped anatomies sundered. The Eldar targeted the heralds, the ornamented leaders of the demon throngs, employing their practiced assassination strategy to disrupt the enemy's cohesion. Within seconds, dozens of heralds fell, their ethereal forms shredded by shuriken volleys and laser fire, destabilizing the chaotic hordes. Meleniel, in mere minutes, devised a multifaceted assault, marshalling his war hosts to encircle the demon bands nearest the Obsidian Gate, their movements precise despite the storm's fury. The Edrith in Falco, the flight of falcons, led the charge, tight squadrons of falcon grav tanks veering through the hammering rain to engage soul grinders, demonic engines smashing through corrupted foliage. The soul grinders' harvester cannons spat chain explosions, but the Eldar's speed rendered their fire ineffective, the surprise attack robbing them of accuracy. At the forefront, the Crimson Death, two squadrons of nightshade interceptors gleamed like polished rubies, weaving with raptor-like grace. One craft fell to a lucky shot, its psychoplastic wreckage spiralling into the jungle, but the others executed barrel rolls and steep dives, their bright lances stabbing pinpoint death into the soul grinders. Mimicking Cain's blinding of the white worm, Organathor, their Organathor, Organathir, 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 mimicking Cain's soul grinders. Soul grinders. I don't like the sound of that. But the others. Okay. Okay. War. War. But the others executed barrel rolls and steep dives, their bright lances stabbing pinpoint death into the soul grinders. Mimicking Cain's blinding of the white worm, Organathir, their lasers, sheared heads. Oh. Mimicking soul grinders. Soul grinders. Okay. Okay, where are we? Mimicking Cain's blinding of the white worm, Organathir, their lasers, sheared heads from iron-skinned monstrosities, unbinding their demonic animus into the psychic storm. The Crimson Death vanished into the clouds, their wake a spiral of mist. The demons' frustrated roars shook the foliage as their anti-air firepower faltered. Meleniel's cloud strike squadrons, their hollow fields blending with the cloud banks, descended unseen. Fire prisms unleashing lancing beams that blasted craters into demonic riders atop brass-bound juggernauts. The crystal-focused lasers left steaming edges and bubbling corpse stuff, reduced to brimstone and hot brass. Scarbrand, the exiled bloodthirster, plummeted from the warp in a flaming ball, drawn by the carnage. His thunderous impact shattered Eldar trees, scarlet fires blazing in his wake. Swirling? Is blazing in his wake. Swirling? That's not right. Swinging his twin axes, slaughter and carnage, he carved... Swinging his twin axes, slaughter and carnage, he carved through lesser demons, his rage a beacon for the Eldar gunners. Grav tank beams lanced into him, but they only fueled his fury, his roars shaking the green lush valley. As the grav tanks struck from above, Wind Rider jet bikes roared into the valley's mouth, their shuriken catapults unleashing a hurricane of razor-edged discs that sliced through plant and demon alike. The war for Ursulia raged anew, the sword wind's disciplined fury clashing with the demon's frenzied slaughter, the Obsidian Gate's fate hanging in the balance as the psychic tempest roared. The Wind Rider host, adept at striking with blistering speed, prepared to peel off and assault further down the demonic lines, their jet bikes humming... Oh, no. Oh, God. We got a good chunk done there, didn't we? The wind. Oh, thank you for all the kind words, boys. Thank you, man. Thank you, Albrecht. Thank you, Brandon. Yes, I hope you enjoy. Thank you all very much. Remember to like the stream. As the psychic tempest roared. Okay. Yeah, man, I use Audacity because I'm, well, when I started, I just started using Audacity because it was free. And it's really come along. It's got all these additional features on it that it didn't have when I started using Audacity like 10 years ago. Nearly 10 years ago. It's really developed a great deal. But I do have, I pay for Premiere Pro because I use the video editing. And you get all the rest of it with it. But I've never got round to actually learning how the Adobe... audio thing works. I don't know, the audio recorder works. I don't actually know. There's too many buttons, man. I've learned how to use Audacity. I can't be asked to learn how to use a whole new program for the same thing. Oh dear. But Audacity's free. If you're ever going to try and do something like this, or you want to record stuff, use Audacity. Okay, come on. Let's go, come on. Let's go. The Wind Rider host, adept at striking with blistering speed. No. Oh, come on. It's so frustrating sometimes. Because you have to really pace yourself, man. I need a minute. I need some apple juice as well. Gotta get pumped, man. Gotta get pumped. Yeah, I'm gonna open the door, get some fresh air in there. I know I'm taking a lot of breaks, but this is it. This is my process. Okay, this is my process, boys. You understand? It's my process. Okay. Give me a second. It doesn't help that the sun has come out and it's blazing on here, so it's getting really hot. Let me make a coffee, another coffee, I didn't really finish this one. It's gone cold. So let me just have a coffee. Let me get a coffee and I'll be right back and we'll get through this next exciting chapter. Oh, scorching. Oh, that's better. Nearly there, boys. I'm just boiling the kettle. Thanks, you. This is great. I've lost my lighter and I just had it. I found my lighter. It was in my back pocket. Sorry, my missus is taking my son out to the park. They're gonna go and get some berries. All the blackberries are blooming now. They're all ripe for the taking. Seven o'clock. I've been at this for 2 hours and I've got half an hour recorded. I'll be at this all day though now, boys. I'm going to be streaming for about the next 4 hours. Until I get tired, whichever one comes first. Exactly, you have to scavenge. There's something deeply primeval about he's going out with his mum to forage for berries and nuts and things from all the local. It's I like it. It's like what, you know, it's what you'd be doing like 10,000 years ago, you know? I like that. It's good. Okay. The Wind Rider host, adept, striking. Is this the right bit? Yeah. Does that sound all right? Sometimes it switches. The Wind Rider, and I don't know why. It's been switching. It's been switching the audio feed to the. I don't know why. I must be clicking something. I don't know. The Wind Rider host, adept at striking with blistering speed. Ah! The Wind Rider host, adept at striking with blistering speed, prepared to peel off and assault further down the demonic lines, their jet bikes humming through Ursulia's twisted forests. Against mortal foes, their swiftness would have prevailed, but the demons of Slaanesh were no ordinary enemies. From the massed ranks of demonettes, a flock of seekers, long-limbed bipedal steeds with bejewelled riders, burst forth, shrilling and hooting as they matched the shrilling burst forth. Burst forth. Shrilling and hooting as they matched the jet bike's pace. Their ropey tongues lashed out, yanking Eldar from their saddles, while seeker chariots, festooned with spinning scythe blades, followed close behind, slashing dazed windriders into ribbons, their body parts strewn across the corrupted loam. Autarch Meliniel monitored from his Gravcraft's passenger bay. He ordered his elite, Thalian Axeam, the coiled serpent, into the fray. Wave serpents disgorged hundreds of aspect warriors, their vibrant armour crimson, sapphire and emerald, blazing against the sickly hues of Ursulia's warped forests. Swooping hawks led the assault, darting from blue-grey clouds, their armour blending with the storm until they seemed mere flickers at vision's edge.
Edge. Edge.
Do you want a bigger... Should we adapt this? There you go. You might be able to see a little bit bigger then. Maybe that'll help you. I don't know. The phone does not want to charge. Okay. Darting from blue-grey clouds, their armour blending with the storm until they seemed mere flickers at vision's edge. From thigh holsters, they dispensed grenades. Hang on, that felt a bit loud. From thigh holsters, they dispensed grenades, falling like acorns, erupting into crackling plasma sphere. We get it again. Again. Okay. From thigh holsters, they dispensed grenades, falling like acorns, erupting into crackling plasmaspheres among cornate demons. Red-skinned fiends collided, discorporeating in bursts of white fire, while lasblaster volleys reaped even more. As cornate cannons lumbered up a ridge to retaliate, the hawks vanished, replaced by warp spiders materializing silently behind the batteries. Their monofilament wires sliced through demon flesh and hell-forged brass, then vanished in a crackle of unlight. Below, Slaneshi demonettes charged, hiss. You know, when you put the energy in, it forces everything out. It's forcing all my gases out. I'm going so hard. I'm going so hard, boys. I'm going so hard, it's forcing all the gases out of me. All right, where were we? Okay. Slaneshi demonettes. Slaneshi demonettes charged, hissing with glee, targeting the warp spiders. A fusillade of monofilament wire carved the first wave into bloodless chunks. But a second band, slinking through spiked trees, dropped shrieking from above, tearing spiders apart. The survivors jumped, reappearing 100 feet away, leaving the demonettes confused. Dark Reapers, stationed in Arboreal Palace's walkway, unleashed missiles, their detonations shattering iron-hard fungi and dozens of demonettes. A new Slaneshi assault followed, demonic cavalry and chariots racing through ectoplasmic mist. Millennial countered with Fedheen Sam Zarak. As if I'm just going to be able to say that in one go. Jesus. Bloody Eldar. Speaking Eldar. Millennial countered. The Fedheen Sam Zarakine, a mounted assault. Dire Avengers disembarked, their shuriken catapults unleashing a storm of monomolecular discs, shredding Seekers with expert precision. The Shrine's Exarch duelled surviving riders, parrying snake-fast blows with force shields before thrusting with power spears. Fire dragons, emerging from Wave Serpent's vaporized chariots with fusion guns, molten ichor hissing. A lone Allures, leaping from a burning chariot, vaulted into the Dark Reapers, her claws claiming 4 before a kick sent her into the fires below. At the Obsidian Gate, Cornate Bloodletters massacred Eldar Rangers, then charged down the forested slope in growing warbands. Millennial's warriors fell back to their transports, but the mask, perched atop the gate, hissed in frustration. Millennial. It's the names, man. If this was like Imperial stuff, I'd have no problem. It's the names that get me. Warbands. Millennial's warriors fell back to their transports, but the mask, perched atop the gate, hissed in frustration, needing the Eldar to contest the henge. Scarbrand, hacking through demonettes in a fiery rage, ignored the gate, drawn to the valley's carnage. The mask's charioteers returned, tossing 3 warlock corpses to her. She devoured their spirit stones, her piercing cry drawing Eldar fire. Scarbrand's axes smashed a grav tank, its wreckage igniting the cliff, as demons fell upon stunned aspect warriors. Shining spears baited the hordes away with precise strikes. Millennial, enraged by the mask's desecration, abandoned his measured plan, ordering an all-out assault on the gate where the mask and Scarbrand stood. Sunstorm squadrons targeted Scarbrand, their macro beams burning into him, his flesh sizzling as he roared. The mask dodged Ranger sniper fire, her soul-stuffed resilience defying death. Scarbrand, incensed by his meagre kill tally, lashed at her, his axes shattering the gate's lintel, ripping open the webway portal. The mask dived through, her demonettes flooding after in a river of white flesh. Millennial, horror-struck, sent a psychic alarm to Lathriel, warning of Baltan's peril. The Swordwind focused on the gate, their assaults failing to fell Scarbrand, who now hunted Slaneshi demons, realizing the mask's deception. The battle raged on, Bloodletters and Skullcrushers charging the gate, outnumbering the Eldar 5-1. Millennial, seeing defeat, ordered the Sunstorm squadrons to fire on the gate itself, its runes vulnerable. Macro beams obliterated demons, the stone exploding in a titanic boom. The Eldar withdrew to their grav vehicles, fleeing to warn Baltan and hopefully defend it. The gate's destruction a desperate bid to stem the demonic tide now flooding through the webway. Through the webway. Now, we've got Chapter 4. Chapter 4. The Heart of the Craft World. Of the Craft World. And that is at 1 hour. Yay, we're at 1 hour. 06 11. That'll do. Right. Okay. Save there, just in case anything unforeseen occurs, because that would make me very annoyed. Okay. This will be a shorter chapter, and then so it's covering events, the events of the fracturing of Baltan itself, and then we've got the birth of the god, and then we've got Belial 4, and then we've got that's all Belial 4. And then we've got a Yandon. We're not doing too bad, boys. We're not doing too bad, you know. A lot to go, though. A lot to go. Like I say, probably about... Yeah, actually, to be honest, based on the progress that I've made here, I'm thinking it'll probably be... It might even be less than 3 hours by the time we're finished. So, we'll see how it goes. The air aboard Craftworld Baltan thrummed with a palpable aggression, a rising urge to kill coursing through every soul. The avatar of Cain stirred, his awakening of fire in the veins of the Baltani, their warlike spirit roused to fever pitch. Autarch Millennial's psychic warning, relayed through his link with Farseer Lathriel, had galvanized the craft world into a state of urgent readiness. A host of Slaneshi demons, shadowed by Khorne's baying killers, surged through the webway from Ursulia, threatening invasion. Though a single swift pathway linked Baltan to Ursulia, dozens of smaller offshoots branched to portals across the craft world. A breach in any could buckle the world ship's wraithbone frame, dooming it to a slow metaphysical death. Lathriel and the Seer Council, despite concerns, sealed all webway gates save the vast arterial portal at the craft world's stern, a gateway for its mightiest invasions. Guarded by a third of Baltan's armada, it stood ready to be destroyed if... invasions.
Lathriel.
And oh God. Yeah. Let's take a minute. Let's take a moment. Let's just have a moment. I need to drink my coffee and catch my breath. And have some fresh air. It's sweltering in here. Get some light in here. Ah, thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that. I'm a machine. First take, most of this stuff. First take. Just the occasional slip up. Now, will my phone charge? Oh, that might be why, because it's not actually plugged in. Fantastic. That would help. Yeah, I need to get this repaired. There's something wrong with the charging port. It feels wonky. Right.
Physical death.
Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Get bloated I am. Okay. Lathriel and the Seer Council, despite concerns, sealed all webway gates save the vast arterial portal at the craft world's stern, a gateway for its mightiest invasions. Guarded by a third of Baltan's armada, it stood ready to be destroyed if demons emerged, a drastic measure to save the craft world from annihilation. That doesn't make sense, does it? Lathriel... Okay. I'm going to change that. I don't know why I wrote it like that. Lathriel and the Seer Council sealed all webway gates save the vast arterial portal at the craft world's stern, a gateway for its mightiest invasions. Guarded by a third of Baltan's armada, it stood ready to be destroyed if demons emerged, a drastic measure to save the craft world from annihilation. Although they could have just closed it. The mask's attack was insidious, bypassing... Although they could have just closed it. The mask's... That's a fair point, right? I mean, that's like a massive plot hole. Like, why if you're sealing all the rest of them, why not just open? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Yes, Brandon, I'll be doing this regular, I think. It forces me to actually record stuff. Although they could have just closed it. The mask's attack was insidious. The mask's attack, however, was insidious and bypassed the... Oh. The It's not a novel. I've written my own version of... it's a lore video about the fracture of Baltan. It's the sequel to The Fall of Cadia, which I made recently. So yeah, I've just written a bunch of stuff based on the Gathering Storm series. So yeah, basically that's it. It's not a novel. Although they could have just closed it. Where are we? There we go. The mask's attack. The mask's attack was insidious. A band of rangers saying... The mask's attack, however, was insidious. A band of rangers, sent by Millennial to monitor the demons from a sleek outrigger ship. Oh, God. The mask's attack, however, was insidious. A band of rangers sent by Millennial to monitor the demons from a sleek outrigger ship flickered through the stern portal and docked beneath the gateway's dome. God almighty. The mask's attack, however, was insidious. A band of rangers sent by Millennial to monitor the demons flickered through the stern portal and docked their craft beneath the gateway dome's irising roof. Unseen, the mask clung to the ship's underside, her demonic nature unfazed by the void's cold or lack of air, sustained by the Empyrean's rage. Slipping past the armed cordon, she drifted into the craft world like a pearl diver, her presence a venomous lure. Those who met her gaze fell to their darkest obsessions, their faces twisting into rictuses of glee as she caressed them with her claws, crooning an infernal summons. One by one, the enthralled Eldar were possessed, their flesh transmuting into demonettes, handmaidens of the mask's will. Her enrapturing dance carried her unhindered to Baltan's heart, the iron chamber where the Avatar's throne sat empty, the god already battling Scarbrand elsewhere. The mask chuckled, settling primly on the mask. The god already battling Scar. Throne sat empty. The god, having stirred and marched to war. The mask chuckled, settling primly on the throne to summon more of her kind. A shrine of howling banshees led by Farseer Hadai, whose runes revealed the intrusion, charged screaming into the throne room, blades raised. The first banshees, meeting the mask's gaze, fell to her sway, kneeling in supplication. Hadai's ghost helm burned with clashing psychic energies, forcing her to remove it. One glance, and she too succumbed. A piercing scream split the chamber. Not the mask's mockery, but the cry of Jane Zar, Phoenix Lord, sent by the Harlequins to intercept her. Her long, hafted blade decapitated demonettes with each stride. The mask leapt, claws outstretched, but Jane Zar's polearm impaled her against the iron ceiling. Too late. The mask's rune-inscribed claws had breached the Infinity Circuit's sanctity, her handmaidens flooding in, overwhelming its defences and pushing Baltan to the brink. At the Ursulian rune gate, a roaring psychic explosion shook the craft world as Scarbrand, the scarred bloodthirster, burst forth, 100 red-skinned demons at his heels. Psychoplastic shattered for half a mile around it. Lathriel, suppressing her rage, signalled 6 shrines of aspect warriors from concealed pillars. Lasers, shuriken fire and melter beams obliterated the leading demons, but Scarbrand struck repeatedly and only grew larger, hewing striking scorpions apart with his axes. The Avatar charged, hurling the Sion Dele spear Well, ethereals. There's too much wordy there. There's too much wordy. Hang on. The Avatar. Yeah, I got a strike for using some GW art, so I've had to take everything down because I could have got again, maybe, possibly, who knows. So yeah, this is the safest route for the moment. Many things will return, but like the larger lore videos and stuff, thinking ahead, I'm probably just gonna, like I say, I've written a bunch of stuff in their place, and they're going to be going up as we go along. So yeah, stay tuned. Thank you for following the channel. Not the FBI, I believe you, sir. You ain't no Fed, I can tell. His axes. But yeah, I've got to just think about the future of the channel. So this is the path I'm taking. But a lot of stuff will return in one form or another. You just got to bear with me while I get through this at the moment. It was about a month ago. Where am I? You've interrupted me now, dude. Maybe you are a Fed. Part of his axes. Sent here to stop me from spreading the good word. The Avatar charged. Okay. The Avatar charged, hurling the Suen Deale spear, while Lathriel's psychic bolt distracted the beast. The spear sank deep, sizzling demon flesh, but Scarbrand fought on, axes hacking banshees and scorpions apart. The Avatar parried an axe, delivering a thunderous uppercut. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. The Avatar. Here we go. Where are we? Okay. The Avatar parried an axe, delivering a thunderous uppercut. Then lifted Scarbrand by the embedded spear, impaling him further. The bloodthirster's flaming axes carved grievous wounds, flames of rage consuming both. Lesser demons and aspect warriors burned to ash in the conflagration. Lathriel, racing into the fray, cast 3 runes of warding, sealing the gate. Glancing back, she saw only flames and molten iron. The Avatar's fate uncertain, as Baltan teetered on the edge of ruin. The Infinity Circuit, the Wraithbone core threading through Craftworld Baltan like a living skeleton, served as a sacred haven for the souls of its dead. A crystalline limbo, guarded by teleporting warp spiders with their psychocrystalline forms. Yet the mask's demonic infestation overwhelmed even these defenders. The Craftworld, groaning as if alive, a tortured scream haunting the edge of hearing. Slaneshi demons devoured ancient spirits. Blood ran like rivers between the spires and colonnades of the world ship's domes, as battles erupted between Eldar defenders and the invaders. Forewarned by Ortec... I thought I had it then, boys. I thought I had it. Invaders. Forewarned by Ortec. Forewarned by Ortarch Millennial, and led by Phoenix Lord Jane Zar, the Beltani quarantined and banished the demons of Khorne and Slanesh with ruthless precision. their war masks channeling Cain's focus. No cheers followed. Each cleared section brought only grim silence. The craft world's violation a wound too deep for celebration. Its fate teetering on the edge of calamity. Into this unfolding tragedy stepped Yvraine and her shattered company. Guarded...
Vision.
Their war masks channeling Cain's focus. No cheers followed. Each cleared section brought only grim... I think I need to record all that again. I think I'm feeling a little bit liquidy in the old mouth-a-rooney. Leaders. Forewarned by Ortec. Forewarned by Autarch Millennial and led by Phoenix Lord Jane Zar, the Beltani quarantined and banished the demons of Khorne and Slaanesh with ruthless precision, their war masks channeling Cain's focus. No cheers followed. Each cleared section brought only grim silence. The craft world's violation a wound too deep for celebration. Its fate teetering on the edge of calamity. Into this unfolding tragedy stepped Yvraine. Guided by the solitaire through the Webway Gate, Farseer Lathriel was resealing. Held at spear point by a shrine of shining spears, they were escorted to the craft world's council. There, Camorra-armed companions, blood brides and incubi, drawing weary glares. The Beltani, reeling from invasion, distrusted these potential foes. When demonettes sprinted from a ruined theatre's shadows, hell-bent on Yvraine, the council's warriors cut down the first wave, but many fell to slashing talons. Yvraine, glowing with soul power, stretched out her arms, grey mist pouring from her mouth to envelop the fiends. A keening wail, like 1,000 anguished ghosts, filled the chamber. And when the mist cleared, the demons were gone, banished by her will. The parley that followed was tense but vital. Lathriel, recalling Yvraine's childhood dances, was struck by her transformation. Her milk-white eyes and strange manner unsettling. Her dark city allies a source of suspicion. Yet time pressed. The craft world faced ruin. Lathriel led Yvraine's group to the Dome of Seeing for an emergency council, where debate raged over the crumbling Infinity Circuit. Spirit seers laboured to transfer untainted souls into wraith constructs, but the demon taint spread faster, turning wraithbone to grey ash. If unchecked, Baltan would disintegrate. Yvraine's unheralded speech sparked outrage. Autarchs scorned her return after forsaking their ways, questioning her dark city ties and claims of destiny. Lathriel's defence silenced them, suggesting Yvraine was the opener of the Seventh Way, the Cassadorus's prophesied nemesis of Slaanesh, her demon-banishing power. Her demon-banishing power, proof of this. The council's hush held hatred, fear... What the fuck is that? Hatred, fear, confusion, and hope radiated from the council, few daring to believe in salvation. Her demon-banishing power, proof of this. Hatred. Hatred. Few daring to believe in salvation. Okay. Jane's her blade dripping with demonic ichor, strode to the dome's centre, her voice clear. This one speaks with many voices. She is our salvation. Listen well. It's a girl voice for you. Salvation. Jane's her blade dripping with... I think this is a new... I've kind of ordered this wrong, but it's okay. Shall I have this as part of the main chapter? Sorry, I forgot you guys were there. Yeah, you don't have to make it sound like a girl. It's more the cadence of like an imperious woman. I don't know whether you've known many imperious women. I have. So, you know, I can make a general amalgam of all their little voices together. Get a girl angry who's quite well bred, and yeah, you'll get the vibe of what I'm going for. An aristocrat. I don't care what you say. I'm sick of it. Memories of a time from long ago. Yeah, I've got to take a break for a minute, boys. I can't go on like this for us. I've got to have a break. We're doing well, though. Listen well. You see, those of you who've been here for a while, you see my recording process? Oh. Misty watercolored memories of the way we were. Memory. Anyway. Trying to work out. I think I might got like a paragraph. I think I've got a few paragraphs. I'll edit this as we go. How much further have I got to get? Oh, okay, yeah, we're doing well, boys. We're doing well. We are doing well. It's not beyond the bounds of possibility I could get this bloody thing finished today. I'm really in the mood for it. This is a good idea. I think I'll do this more often because it really forces me to... I haven't got distracted as that much. I know I've gone off and made coffees and stuff, but like I can get really distracted by stuff So I'd only record like 10 minutes and then leave it for an hour and then come and do 10 minutes more. So I've really smashed through this. I'm really impressed with myself. This is a lot. Okay. So I think we have a short chapter here. Well, we're going to have a relatively short chapter now, and then we're going to have a bigger one. So just bear with me a minute, and I will. I'll be back in a second. I think I need a Mars bar or something. I might have to wrap this up in a bit, boys. I've got to get me. I didn't realise it was that late. I want to go and put my son to bed. I haven't really seen him all day. But we'll carry on for a little bit.
Listen well.
And I'll definitely be carrying on this evening. Because I am very happy with my progress today. In the time that I've been recording. Got a very good chunk done. 45 minutes of recording is good. All right, it's really good. It's really good. Yeah. But I can carry on. Yeah, I'm really excited. I think I can get this done by tomorrow, finished, which would be fantastic. Right, possibly get it out on Friday. Maybe put it out on Friday. We'll see. Listen well. Because of how it ends there, I think my intention was that then it'd be like chapter 5, you know? Because that's what we're on, isn't it? Chapter 5? Chapter 4, yeah. I think I'll go into... We'll have 2 short chapters now of about 10-15 minutes each, and then we'll have a long one in a minute when we get to Belial. God almighty. I've got to lose some weight, boys. I look terrible. Okay, chapter 5. Okay. Chapter 5. Chapter 5. The birth of the birth. I was doing a Bowie then. I was doing a David Bowie. The birth of the Inca. Chapter 5. Chapter 5. Chapter 5. The birth of the Incan. Was it Incarni? Incarni. Yvrain Yiniad Incarni. What do you reckon it is? It's Yncarne. Incarn. Or Incarni. Incarni does sound quite Eldari. What do you think, chats? Is it Incarn? Or Incarni? What do you reckon? Thank you for the big mouth, Matt Panda. Oh, it's Skywatcher Adept here. There we go. Throwing in some quotes. Okie dokie. You know what? Where are we? Oh, how long's this stream been going? 3 hours. Three hours, 20 minutes. I might leave it there, boys, and I'm going to have a break for an hour, put my kid to bed, and then I think I'm going to come through and try and smash through another half an hour of this. and then I can finish it up tomorrow. I might live stream tomorrow. Ray Good 9000. I had to take them down. I got a strike for using some GW art, so I had to take them all down. I'm slowly putting them all back up, so just bear with me. Everything will return in one form or another. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you everybody for watching. For those of you who've been stuck around, I know there's a couple of you there who've been probably watching the whole thing. I'll probably stream again tomorrow to force me to finish this, but I'll be coming back this evening on my own and smashing through like another half an hour of this. Thank you for the donations. I really appreciate it. If you want to give donations, I would really, really appreciate it. But I'll be back again tomorrow, probably about the same time in the afternoon or the morning. We'll see how it goes. I need to do some more live streaming, and it forces me to record. So yeah, I want to get this is going out this weekend, so you can join me as we pull it all together. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you're interested in doing YouTube and stuff, just give it a go. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, it does. What can you say? But I'll be back again. I'll be back again very soon, and I'll be back again very soon. My arms are killing me, man. I need to do some weights. I need to feel the burn. I need to lose some weight. I'm so fat. Yeah, Incarn. I reckon so, Mad Panda. I think I'd go with Incarn. Yeah, I'll see you later, boys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow to finish this off. If I don't manage it tonight, you never know. I might actually manage to steamroll through for a few hours and go and get it done. But I think I do need a break, and I want to put my kid to bed. So I'll see you later. Have a good time. Bye-bye. See you later. Thanks for watching. Leave the stream a like. And any and all donations and memberships are very much appreciated. Bye-bye.